What do you do when starting strength gets hard?
The hard is what makes it great.
Now, by starting strength in this case, I specifically mean the starting strength linear progression, all right? So here's the situation. You're a couple months in, maybe 2 months in, and things have gotten real difficult. And you just finished your first set of squats, and you are flabbergasted because, son of a gun, that was significantly harder than you expected it to be. So the question is, what do you do in this situation? Well, let's assume that you've already taken care of the first 3 questions. We'll link to that article below. But by that, I mean you're resting an intelligent amount of time. So no more of this 2 to 3 minutes resting in between sets. You shouldn't have been doing that anyway, and you should definitely be resting longer than that now. So you're resting long enough in between your sets. You're making intelligent, question number 2, you're making intelligent sized jumps. So if you're still adding 10 pounds to your squat and deadlift and 5 pounds to your press and your bench press every single workout, you're a couple months into your LP, you're gonna have some problems. So you need to make some smaller jumps. And then number 3, you need to be taking care of your recovery in general. In other words, you need to make sure that you're sleeping and that you're eating enough. Well, let's assume that you've taken care of those 3 questions. What should you do?
What do you do? What do you do?
Specifically, there are 4 things that you need to do, and the 4th is the most important, so stick around to the end. Number 1, check your book. You may have read it incorrectly. You were supposed to squat 205 today, and you accidentally loaded up 225. Or you were supposed to press 75 pounds. You accidentally looked up and loaded your bench press weight. This happens all the time. Check your book. Make sure that what you intend to lift today is what you're actually supposed to be lifting today based on what you did last time. Number 2, check your bar math. Maybe you meant to do 145 pounds, but for some reason you loaded up 155 pounds. You got the plates on there, and then instead of adding 5-pound plates on each side, you accidentally added 10-pound plates on each side. If 145 is challenging, 155 is going to be real challenging, so check your bar math. Number 3, make sure that the sides of the bar match. Your bar math might be right. You might intend to do 155 pounds, so you know that you need to put a 45-pound plate on each side and a 10-pound plate on each side. And so you have on this side, the side that you're looking at, the side that you're checking your bar math on, you've got a 45 over there and you've got a 10 over there, and you just finished your first set of squats and it felt terrible and it felt awful and it felt wrong. And it turns out you checked your bar math on this side, but you didn't check the other side. In other words, you didn't check to make sure that your bar is symmetrical. So make sure that you're actually using the bar math that you actually checked. Make sure your bar is loaded symmetrically. And the 4th thing, whether or not you've had to make any corrections through steps 1 through 3, and if you've had to make those corrections, then you've made them by now. But number 4, the last thing you do is check the calendar. If the day of the week that you're training on today ends in the letter Y, then you just do the next set. Yes, it's challenging. Yes, it's hard, but it's supposed to be hard. This is how you make progress.
It's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, everyone would do it. The hard is what makes it great.
And it will still be hard a month from now or 2 months from now, but 2 months from now, when you're lifting new weights, they will be every bit as challenging as this particular weight was today. So 2 months from now, when you're lifting 205, 205 is going to be just as difficult as 135 was today. But because 205 is now difficult, 135 will no longer be difficult. And also remember, this is a first world problem, right? We are not starving. I have a place to sleep at night. I have food in my belly. This is a first world problem. Training is a privilege. That's something to remind yourself of as well. So hopefully this helps you get stronger and live better.